We are live, women, ladies and gentlemen, for another exciting action-packed action for you guys up in the broadcast booth. We have the Sugar Bowl. It is yours truly, Mr. Jake, and joining alongside me, it is the man, the myth, the legend himself, always Joker. Joker, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Just got a win in the Cheese Bowl against the SEC.
Yeah, congratulations on that against GCs in Oklahoma. And of course, our sideline reporter for both teams is none other than Furter. Furch, how's it going down there on the sidelines, man?
Good. We're in a dome stadium. Both teams are outdoor teams, so looking to see how this will affect them.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, you're seeing it right. It is Mississippi State on Kansas State. So this is going to be a very exciting action-packed game for you guys here today. The winner of this will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes later on in playoffs. Joker, what is your thoughts as we get close to off with two of these teams, especially on Mississippi State's side, getting this far in the playoffs?
Yeah, this is a rivalry, right? I think this just means a little bit more than some of the other playoffs that we've seen. Electric and Hail State go way back in our 2K league. I believe Hail State got the best of Electric in that department, and we'll see if Hail State can go back to back.
Alrighty, and we get ready to see Mississippi State get the ball first this time, and let's see how this drive goes. Here we are. I mean, this is going to be a very exciting one, as we do see a 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line at the Caesars Superdome. I don't know why they changed the name for that, but I guess you got to change the name for a lot of things.
Running
But,
purposes.
alrighty, as we see Parsons with Davis in the backfield. Parsons snapped back to pass, finds man, and it is caught. Number 23 catches it for a 1st down, Mississippi State. Good call right there, Joker.
Yeah, we're gonna see how these two quarterbacks. Obviously, everyone knows about Drury Johnson, one of the Heisman runners or front runners. So we're gonna see how Mississippi State and their quarterback can do on the offensive end to make the right reads. Obviously, this wasn't a right read, 2nd and long. I feel like it's pretty difficult to run those type of jet passes on Electric. So
Yeah.
Mississippi State will probably have to adjust throughout the game and try and limit those jet passes.
Desmond Purnell with the tackle right there, loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13, ball at the 34-yard line.
Oh my
As a
goodness.
timeout being called, you have to, so way you don't get a 5-yard delay game penalty. Can't really blame Hell State right there. As we don't get back to 2nd and 13, ball at the 34-yard line. Davis and Parson in the backfield. Parson find a man, and it is caught once again. This time
Oh my
bringing a couple of
gosh.
tackles. Wow.
Oh,
That was Whitmore right there catching that football. That was something else.
Yeah, Mississippi State's lucky that they're only 3rd and short here to start this football game. Will not be surprised if this is a run, and it is.
And
He's
it
going to get the
is
1st down.
Seth Davis with the run. That is a 7-yard gain, as we see in his last game. 12 attempts for 5 yards, no touchdowns. We will see if he gets a touchdown here today. 1st and 10, ball at the 48. And he hands it off to Davis right there once again. Run up in the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, gets a good yard right there. 20 yards for him in this game.
Yeah, that's another thing. I believe, I don't know if it was this running back specifically, but the running back group and that staff really struggled holding on to the football against that game against. That was a smart play, but just too for Chris Parson, the quarterback. He can run on his own, I believe. So that definitely makes him a mobile quarterback and definitely makes him dangerous.
Yeah, Stephen King trying to reach out and try to be able to grab the football there, but it is incomplete. So 2nd and 10, ball to 35. Parson is going to snap back to pass. Parson is going to find a man. That is Davis. Goes for a spin move for a 1st down. Seth Davis with 24 yards in the air.
Yeah, Hell State, besides that jet sweep, he's kind of done everything right so far, knowing the situation, run the ball again. Davis is going to have a big game, I think, today.
Yeah,
He's going to have to, I don't know if he'll be the lead back, but he has been so far in this first quarter.
yeah. 2nd and 7, ball at the 19-yard line. Parson is going to fake hand off RPO, pass the 3, and it gains only 2 right there. So now making this a 3rd and 5. So Joker, if you are Hell State, what do you need to do here?
I mean, it's only the first quarter, so, like, I don't think we're in fourth down territory yet, but interesting to see what the coach has done so far. Oh, he baited him into it, and that's a pick, and that'd be a house call.
That could be, no, it will not be a 6, as Parson tackles Asa Newsome, who caught the interception right there.
And that's big, because now what was a guaranteed field goal is not even the case, and now you come up with the first drive. You took basically all of the first quarter, and you don't even get points to show for it.
Avery Johnson out in the field. He's looking to find a man. He's
there.
getting pressured, running to the right side, and he has to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, obviously everyone knows how to, or the different formats, the different philosophies stop Kansas State. Blitz, quarterback spies, trying to play more. So you got to throw a lot of different coverages, a lot of man defense, a lot of zone, a lot of quarters. So got to have to throw a lot of different options and defensive sets at the quarterback.
As Avery Johnson runs to the right side, he's trying to find a man. Johnson throws it deep, finds a man. It is caught for a 1st down and more. He's going to run over to the right side, tries to break down, but it does not do the case. As we will see Avery Johnson, really good pass right there.
I think Hail State did work that beautifully, but he just didn't watch the wide receiver right next to him. He was using the defender and just didn't watch Avery Johnson, playmaker, out of that.
Very well, and that is the end of the first quarter as both teams are scoreless here going into the second quarter. Now for 10, ball to 36. Johnson making a couple of adjustments here. Johnson's going to get in motion. Johnson is going to have to back pass, and it's going to be sacked. No, he missed the man, and he throws it. It's caught for a gain of 5.
Just the ability to get out of that easily could have been a loss of about 10 yards and make the 2nd and long, but good job on getting out of that and still gaining yards out of it.
Johnson snaps the back pass, finds a man, and it is incomplete. 86 right there, and of course the guy that also can make an impact for this offense, DJ Giddens. What kind of an impact will we see him do? As we see a 3rd and 5 on the 31-yard line. Johnson snaps the pass, finds it.
I'm sorry, Will route.
Will route, and I think that is Giddens right there.
Dylan,
let's bring in Furch on the sidelines. How's it going? Both teams have gotten a possession. What are you seeing so far?
Right now, from what I'm seeing so far, for the most part, it's just this Mississippi State team. What they're trying to do, as they score a touchdown, Mississippi State, what they're going to do is just limit the amount of rushing yards we can get to Avery Johnson today, because he is known to be a very mobile quarterback, especially in games especially in games like this, where it's like big time situations.
And yet, thank you for that first, as now Kansas State strikes blood first with a touchdown, thanks to Avery Johnson. Joker, the last time we saw this Mississippi State offense, they had a very great drive going, but it was an interception that costed them. What can they need to do here?
Yeah, I think they'll probably do the same thing they did last time, and
same play again. Same play that they tried to use again.
Yeah, I think they'll try and take down this clock like they tried to do in the last drive, where they took basically the entire quarter up. So expect that to be the same here.
Parsons throws it to his man, and that is a 3rd down. That is Coleman with the catch. 3rd and 3. We'll see what they can do here. Davis right next to Parsons. 3rd and 3, ball to 32. Parsons going to find a man, and it is caught. That is Jordan Lee with the catch.
It was a good read right there. I thought he was going to throw it to the halfback to his left, but decided to do that 1st and 10 for Mississippi State.
Davis.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
The ability to get out of that. That easily could have been a loss of yards, but he gained 7 and makes it 2nd and short. And that really gives you a lot of options if you're this offense.
2nd and 3. Parsons gonna fight man. It is caught by
Got
Davis
one
for a
miss.
spin
Can he
move.
get 2?
I'm surprised that was not a holding call right there from number 18, but nevertheless, it is a 1st down, Mississippi State. Mississippi State, ball to 25. Parsons making a couple adjustments as he hands it off to Davis. Davis makes a miss, but only for a gain of 2 right there.
Let's see if he gets another playoff. You see, like if you saw the brief offense for both teams, Kansas State has not ran this ball this game. So if you're Hail State, the second half, what adjustments are you going to? Kansas State does get this ball back. Preferably, you want a touchdown, give them probably about 10 seconds. But if you can't, I wonder if you call a timeout if you're Kansas State to put the pressure to make play, but he's not going to as of now.
Yeah, talked about Parsons being a mobile quarterback. He showed that for sure. As Parsons time to pass, he's going to run
down,
it up in the
get
middle,
down,
slides it down to avoid a sack, and now a timeout being called by Hail State.
No, I believe that was by Kansas State because Hail State used one really early in the game. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Yeah, but timeout being called by Kansas State. My apologies. As we see a 1st and 10, Parsons going to try to find a man. Parsons going to get sacked, but he gains 2 yards on that play.
Oh, I would like to say I called the timeout by accident when I scored a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah, so therefore, they only has 1 timeout as Parsons going to run up in the middle, gain of 2, and this time Kansas State used their final timeout.
And if you're Hail State, I think we're in 4th down territory. Obviously, if it's 4th and 6, I think we take our 3, but you definitely want to make sure you do whatever you can to not do that. Luckily, he can just take this to half, and it could be a 7-3 game, but I don't know if I assume he'll probably call a timeout with 3 seconds left to make sure that this is the only play remaining in these final 10 seconds. But good job for the Kansas State defense to step up there and get a stop and intentionally hold them to only 3.
Yeah, and sacked was by Toby Osami right there, as you called it, Joker. Timeout being called by Mississippi State as we have 2 seconds left on the game clock.
Pretty easy.
And the kick is up. Pretty easy. Bang. The goal is good. We go into halftime. It is now 7-3. Let's go ahead and get to our sideline reporter in Furch. Furch, what are you seeing out there as far as both wise? We're seeing what Kansas State can do here, and especially for what Mississippi State is trying to do to get back into this game.
I mean, right now, from what we're seeing, Mississippi State is just basically trying to run the clock as much as they can, so Kansas State doesn't have the ball. Because the best chance of winning this game is however many possessions Kansas State can have, considering how well this Kansas State team plays under electric.
Very well said. As Avery Johnson gets back on the field, Johnson's going to hand it off to his running back, and he's going to run to the left. He's going to go to the 40, to the 30, to the 30.
Oh, he didn't get him!
10, the 5, to the 10, touchdown!
That was the first run Electric has done all minutes. A Dylan Edwards 75-yard first play touchdown. So if you're Hill State, you gotta end. To me, this is a gotta have it type of drive if you're Mississippi State, just to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Not to mention that was only 10 seconds off the game clock, so if you're Hail State here, you actually had the time to be able to get a chance to score. But the thing is, if you're Hail State, you need to score a touchdown in this drive.
Yeah, I think coming out of this third, I think we'll still have the same shoe clock like he has been doing so far in this game. So Definitely
Parson
mind games on the defensive end.
hands off to Davis. Davis runs up to the right side, formally getting three. He's lobber right there, but he still manages to hold the football for a 2nd and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line. Davis and Parson in the backfield. Parson is going to try to find a man. He's going to run backwards.
Oh, he can't do that! And that's gonna be a touch. Oh, he got it! Oh my God! Did he get the ball back?
Oh my God!
Okay, State ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's like playing with electric.
That easily could have been the ball his way. Just didn't get it. 1st and goal at the 7.
That easily could have also been ball game.
As Avery Johnson runs up to the middle, and touchdown, but he does get a couple of yards on that play, as we do see the hurry-up offense here from Kansas State. And a flag being called. I think that is offside, and that is going to be a touchdown. And that will be a touchdown for Avery Johnson and Kansas State Wildcats here.
Well,
wow. So this escalated pretty quickly, Joker. I mean, we talked about Caleb having the opportunity to get into this, a quick interception, and with hopefully a fumble going to this. He could have easily helped him out, but that was not the case.
yeah, I think the game plan to go into this game was fair to kind of try and make sure you hold all of the time of possession, but if you don't score, then it kind of cancels itself out, right? So now you have to kind of get to big plays, get some chunk plays on the field, and try and win this. Oh, he had X. Man. I hate to be that person.
Open.
However,
oh my gosh,
I hate to be that guy, but my goodness me.
Already, I would have been proud of you if you would have been that guy. But yet, 1st and 10, ball to the 48-yard line. Parson is going to get in motion. He was going to throw to his running back, but he loses 4 yards right there. Jake Cliff tackle.
Yeah, the POs are tough, especially in the game I just played against Easy, because once you kind of figure out the specific users that are going to be passing to, you definitely have to open up your options.
Oh, luckily that was not the pick. Damian Elio with the tackle right there, making this a 3rd and 14. Parson and this offense needs to do something here. Parson gonna throw it to Davis, I believe, and
we have to keep our offense on the field.
Yeah.
And punting the football does not gain you anything in this situation, so I don't disagree with this call to bid for it.
4th and 9. Ball at the 47-yard line. What can Mississippi State do here?
Only need 9.
Parson throws it to Davis. Davis
does he get it? He does.
It. That was very close.
Not that, but to me, you have to score a touchdown here, and you have to score it before the.
Yeah, look how much time
gotta
has
score
been
before
wasted.
the end of the 4th quarter for sure.
And Johnny Daniels with the run right there, 6 yards for him. So there we've seen a little bit of mixture of both backs between David and Davis. As Paul going to throw it to Davis this time for a 1st down. Mississippi State. You know, one thing I can say is if there's anybody that has been carrying this offense besides Parson, Davis has been doing tremendous. As we see Parson throw, and it's going to be caught, but yet he held it on, but yet does not get the 1st down mark.
And I like the tempo, trying to get into the end zone a little bit quicker. It seems like Kansas State might have to call a timeout here.
Oh!
If I'm Mississippi State, I'm surprised they took that to get to set a play, but I definitely would have kept going that tempo there because it seemed like Kansas State was expecting a pass.
As Parsons going to run over to the left side, does not find a man, still have to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, you could have made a business decision there to hold on to that and be a quarterback keeper, but 2nd and long.
Parson gonna have to try to find a man. He's gonna have to throw it. He's gonna have to throw it.
3rd and long. Okay. To me, you got to get it to within about. I'm trying to score a touchdown, right? So get it to within 5, and it kind of makes it a little bit more manageable for what you're trying to do here. But we'll see.
3rd and goal.
That's a
And this time, pitch! And it's going to be stopped at 2. Intercepted by Donovan McIntosh, the sophomore from Missouri.
I wouldn't call this over. I think Kansas State back against the wall, field position wise. If Mississippi State can kind of send the axe or do something on defense to where they can get some sort of loss of yards, and that's not going to happen.
Nope. Dylan Edwards, once again, the 2nd time he's run 86 yards, and not to mention 56 reception yards. So Dylan Edwards is having a tremendous game as Johnson gets going to hand it off to Edwards once again. On the left side, going to gain an 8 right there. Edwards is 94 yards in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm surprised that we're not seeing some shoe clock on for Kansas State. We're up 2 possessions at least, so definitely think you were trying whatever it takes to kind of end this game quicker.
Yeah, and I believe that is DJ Gibbons with his first run of the game. Gain of 3 yards, and that will be a 1st down. Wildcats. Clock is winding down less than 30 seconds as Edwards runs it up to the right side. He's going to try to make a man miss, but he gets tackled for a gain of 4 right there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Ball to 28. Clock's winding down to 10. Johnson's going to make a couple adjustments. Johnson's going to hand it off to Edwards. Edwards going to run to the left side. Spin move for a gain of 3. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Kansas State 21, Mississippi State 3. Let's go ahead and get to our final time over to Furchinator on the sidelines. Furch, we're seeing a performance from Kansas State. But for Mississippi State, what do they need to do here?
At this point, every single drive is 4-down territory. They just got to do whatever they can to get down the field. It all depends whether it's passing or running. They probably have to abandon the pass game at this point, considering how much they're down by.
Oh my God,
What a catch! What a throw right there from Avery Johnson, as he will get the 1st down. Ball to 39 on line. Johnson. Let's see what they can do here. Johnson's going to hand it off to Edwards. Edwards to the side, and he's going to get only a gain of 2. And once again, we'll remind you guys that the winner of this game will take on the Ohio State and Captain Dead Dad in the next round of the playoffs. So, as Giddens gets
they'll play
gain
the
of 2
winner
on play.
of Ohio State and Ole Miss.
Yeah, they'll play the winner of. Yeah, my apologies. They'll play the winner of Ohio State and Ole Miss.
And you also see in the bottom right of our, or bottom left of our screen, Florida and Oregon at the top of our bracket. They play, and then we also have.
Oh, hang on a second, Joker. And intercepted.
I would not take this out. Yep. Okay. Well, this is all or nothing, right? The things you want more, they just cost a little bit more, and we're gonna have to drive down the field, probably get an onside kick, and score a touchdown in this.
And it is
it's dropped, and that really hurts.
2nd and 10. Parson needs to do something here. They need a touchdown. Parson going to snap back to pass. Finds a man, and it is thrown to number 18. 18 is going to run over to the left side. And this time runs out of bounds. That is Cedar Didao. I can't pronounce his last name.
Trayor, I believe that's his name.
Trayor already. Thank you there. Did not want to butcher his last name already, but 1st and 10. Parson.
Hit as he throws, and
yeah, he got pressured.
It's not that bad though. You need a touchdown regardless, and you still get the clock stop. So
10.
Does
As
he see it? He does!
Carson,
Wide
he finds
open!
a man wide open. Trudor for a touchdown, Mississippi State.
Is the analytics saying, I guess I have to agree with this, because if he gets it, then he only needs a touchdown field goal. But
Analytics are also saying that he should go for an onside kick after this.
game Parsons, what can he do? No one's open. Can he find the pass and it's picked?
Off. And it will be stopped at the 2. So.
Oh, we're going for it early. Okay.
Yeah, we're going for it. Yeah.
Analytics said it.
Oh, it's past 10 yards, but it is recovered by Kansas State here. So it will get ball at midfield. So if Electra wants to, he can just easily score here. And this will be a walk in the park. Johnson hands off as he's running to the right side. Edward, I don't know how to do a hurdle right there. I don't know what that was about, but Dylan Edwards, 128 yards, 56 yards, a touchdown. This has been his game. Johnson. Here we go. First and 10, ball at the 25. Johnson's going to try to find a pass, and it is caught for a touchdown, Wildcats.
And that'll cut the bow on this game. It'll be a 19-point game, which makes it a 2-possession game, and I believe it'll be a 3-possession game. I cannot count. So, barring a fall from heaven, Kansas State will be moving on out of the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, and that was the Johnson connection with a touchdown from Avery Johnson, throwing it to Keegan Johnson. So, I mean, for Mississippi State here, I mean, you're going to have to do something. I mean, time's not on your side. You're basically down maybe 3 possessions. I mean,
gonna need some hope. Gonna need some prayers.
As he throws it to the door right there. Yeah, I mean, just like Bon Jovi song, they're living on a prayer right now, and they need to do something. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 29-yard line. Parsons.
He saw it
deep. He's got a man, and it is to the other team. Pass intercepted by Kansas State.
And the wide receiver just shoves him to the ground. There was definitely some animosity. I don't think we need to waste any much more than we need to. Let's chew this clock. Let's run this football. And let's just take this to the end of the game.
Yeah, as we're on attempt from Dylan Edwards here. I don't remember seeing Avery Johnson's jersey like that, but I guess I had to make some different adjustments for his players. As 2nd and 6. Johnson's going to hand it off to Edwards. Edwards going to run over to the left side, and Edwards going to go all the way to the midfield, past the midfield, up, down at the 42. That's clock still winding down to less than 2 minutes left here in the 4th. And we will not get to the 2-minute warning as Giddens gets a loss of yards right there. Joker, I mean, we got to talk about this phenomenal performance that Kansas State has been on, especially in a tough game like this.
Yeah, even though they've only had the ball for, 6 minutes? Well, I guess it'll probably be a little bit more now, but before the touchdown, they had the ball for 5 minutes, and were really successful on offense. So will be interesting to see in the 4th quarter, or in the next game between the winner of Ole Miss and Ohio State, what they do with Kansas State.
as Johnson throws it to Johnson. And Avery Johnson's not been having a bad game. It's not been one of his best games, but nevertheless, it's all been Edwards. The guy has been carrying this team for the offensive side. He will get a gain of 5, 160 yards, 56 reception yards, and a touchdown for Edwards. No doubt about it, should be the MVP of this game as we will now get into victory formation. Clock running down, and that will do it here, ladies and gentlemen. The winners are moving on to the next round of the playoffs, the Kansas State Wildcats. Let's go ahead and get to our winning head coach, Mr. Phase on himself, Electric. Electric, do you have a copy?
We always here. We here.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on the win. And of course, my question I want to get a chance to ask you is, what did you do to help your team get a chance to win this game? I mean, you did a lot on the offensive side, defensively, but what was the strategy going into this game against Hell State?
I mean, we played this user so many times, and we know what to do. And we had to lock in because everybody loved, and I would love to speak on the haters because they love to talk about last season. They love to talk about how we lost to Tennessee, right? Avery Johnson's not that good, and he's Lamar Jackson, don't know how to win in the playoffs. We step in here, and we know what we're doing, okay? We've been in that field. We've been training. We know what to do. We here. Avery Johnson showed y'all what to do in the playoffs. One-on-one, I mean, it's just insane. What we did against Mississippi State should be a crime. Great job to what we did. The defense did absolutely phenomenal. They played absolutely great. We played this user so many times to where we know what he was going to do. And it's just all up to Avery Johnson. Dylan Edwards is such a key factor in the second half. Such a great running back. And I mean, we've been in that field.
All right, my next question, I'm going to ask you this, though. I mean, you do play the winners of Jackson and Captain Dead Dad between Ole Miss and Ohio State. Is that game you're going to be keeping an eye on, and is there anybody that you kind of want to face in the next round?
I want to face Jackson as much as possible. I don't care. Like, I want the hardest person to play against me in these next conferences to show them that Kansas State is here. Other than that, I don't really care about who comes out of it. Let's be realistic. I don't really care because we just showed them like what Kansas State can bring out. And defense wise and offense wise doesn't even matter about overall because we're really locked in. This was the same year that pissed me off. So I mean, we just showed y'all then and there that Avery Johnson, the defense is locked in.
Alrighty, I'm going to head it up to always Joker to either give you a comment or a question. Joker, take it away, bud.
We don't have any. I think we're good.
Alright, first, do you have anything you want to say to Electric?
Good job winning.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and let's go ahead and take it up to Mr. Hell State himself. Hell State, are you with us, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
Your Cinderella story comes to an end. About what you could have done in the game. You made a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers. What was the key struggles that you faced in this game?
I feel like our playoff inexperience finally caught up to us. Kansas State's a team that's been here before. They've done this whole ordeal. I'm sure that the absolute hell of a performance by the Tennessee Vols last year was ringing in their minds. So they weren't going to come out here and let that happen again. So Electric's one of my best buddies in here, so I got nothing but good things to say. We'll get ready for basketball season again because that's where this rivalry really started. Overall, it's a good game. I just feel like this is our programs are in two different points. We're going up, and Kansas State right now is kind of at the mountaintop, and they kind of got to win this year because I know Avery Johnson's going to the draft, and then both those running backs are probably going to the draft as well. So, hats off to him. Played a hell of a game.
going into the off season, thinking about this game, will this help you motivate yourself to be prepared for next season?
Next season, we're only going to be better. So expect Mississippi State back here again next year, win a playoff game, something that these people in the chat, most of them haven't, particularly a guy that got third place in the worst of the Power Four conferences, but we won't speak on his name. Um, feel
I
like
think
it's
you should
just
on his name.
something that
I don't
happens.
know his name.
We just Kansas State's been here before. We got out experience.
All right, I'm head to take over to Joker. Joker, do you have anything?
No. Actually, what do you have to say to the admin chat comments from the Ole Miss head coach?
The Ole Miss head coach is going to click control just to try to get some attention. So we're not going to give it to him. I will just say I'll never root for Ole Miss, so it's go K State as they play them next probably because they got to play Ohio State, but Ole Miss probably will beat Ohio State. Um, the Ole Miss coach kind of acts like the SHR team owner. Both just a bunch of people that are just trying to get attention that their parents didn't give them. So we're gonna ignore that
I
and
believe the
let him talk because we know where the golden egg lays, still in Starkville. So that's all I gotta say about that.
I believe the
All
head
right.
coach of Ole Miss is the SHR team owner. So
Oh, that makes sense.
thank you.
Alrighty. And of course, last but not least, first and first, do you have anything you want to say to Hell State? Birch?
Birchnader.
Really, the only thing I have to say is, I mean, you played a great game out there. It's just with some of those decision makings you made, like especially that jet sweep to begin the game. What were you at the moment?
The mistakes. Parson just had a bad game. It happens to everybody. I'm sure that everybody has days at their job that they wish they could redo. But he's a young kid. He's going to get better. This is still Parsons' team. There's no quarterback controversy or anything like that to worry about. Um, just made a mistake on the first drive, and then from that point we had to play from behind and had to force some balls, but in places we don't like. Got down to the red zone pretty efficiently, threw a couple picks in the red zone, and we just couldn't capitalize off of what Kansas State was giving us. So Parson has had some inaccuracy issues. They showed their head today, but then again, I think back to the performances he's had against Ole Miss, Georgia, Notre Dame last round was another good one. Yeah, he's my guy. So I don't want to stir up any offseason QB controversy. This is still Parsons' team, and I'm behind him 100%.
Alrighty. Well, hey, Hell State, thanks so much for that. But from all of us here in the HPL booth, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to get a chance to watch this game. Make sure you guys subscribe to the HPL YouTube channel as we have a lot more football and some racing coming up. And don't forget, this coming Thursday is the Daytona 500, so make sure you guys don't miss on that. But until then, from all of us here in the HPL booth, for Furch, for Hell State, for Electric, and for Joker, I am Jake saying so long, and we'll see you guys next time.